Hello everyone, back to again with me, another video presentation. Yes, the concept presentation about biology. So today topic is about plant tissue and cross section of roots and stem. Actually, it's a really abstract topic in the biology, especially I think it's material in 11th grade. But I think right now for curriculum nasional, I'm not agree, still learn about that or not, because many of the topic already elevated because not relevant with our daily life. So focus in system of human life, and because I see also in tes academic TKA ya, kompetensi akademik, not have a question about that, but mostly when you're join in competition or Olympiad, I think this topic is still need more time for learn about it, because actually I prefer to like about animal than plant, but even have disadvantage and advantage also. But yeah, animal more flexible, uh, plant more stable. But yeah, actually it's a good, but sometimes I don't know. I think the plant more complex than animal, so that's why even they are flexible and like human, mm, dynamis, can different, can move, can improve, but more simply than plant. So that's why I prefer for animal and I like that. So that's why I'm sorry if my not good to explain it, especially as my English also, because many term in English as a biology for specific, but I think I'm not remember so much because I prepared it material just spontaneously. So I think I'm not have time to learn too much for that. As long I remember, just as long I remember ever when I'm learn in the college especially, or maybe in the school when I'm a student, or as a teacher in the course, I guess. Okay, the material. So you must understand plant tissue. Plant tissue is a group of cells with the similar structure and the function that work together to support plant growth and development. If you remember, when you are be student, you can know about cell, right? Then you know about tissue. After the tissue, when gathering or collect, we can know is organ. After organ, we can know system organ, system. That's why after that we can know is organization, right? So yeah, it's the second uh organize of human life. So yeah, it's really more complicated, and I think it's little abstract to understand also. Yeah. Next. So, we are must know what is plant tissue actually. Even we are know what is plant tissue. For the first is a special cell group, which is in the plant. We cannot find it in the animal. So that's why animal and human commonly similar. So when you are learn about system organization is you're learn for human too, because humans similar with the animal, especially the mammals. So when you're practicum or have labor, use mouse, right, or red for your curriculum, practicum, because we can uh um what is it? Yeah, we can have experiment with human, because human responsibility of the doctor, right? So yes. So plant tissue are organized collection of cells that are share a similar structure and work together to perform specific function vital for the plant survival and growth. Foundation of plant life, because this is tissue from the very foundational for all plant process, including structural support, nutrient transport, and intersection with the external environment. So we must know plant tissue ingredient or three main tissue organized into primary tissue system: dermal, ground, and vascular. So dermal for the support, ground for your intersection with the external with internal, vascular for nutrient and transport. But what is it? We can learn after this. Let's go. So for the first, best in here, before it, we can know the kind of the plant tissue for meristematic and permanent. So meristematic tissue is the cell when you are in the young of the plant, but permanent is the cell when the already be adult or old. So permanent tissue can be happen when meristem tissue already exists and developed. So meristematic tissue, its definition or characteristic is actively dividing cell. Like you, when you are young, you must be more active to eat because your cell more active divided. So it's the part of the plant also. So when you have uh, plant the seeds, and the seeds can be a small root, it was part of meristematic tissue. And meristematic tissue responsible for plant growth, because the meristematic tissue all have in another side, like in apical meristem. When you have a stem, we can find it in apical lips. The apical stem can make lips, and in the lateral in the root, and intercolor we can say in the stem on in the root also. It's like place for vascular to distribute water and nutrients. Meanwhile, permanent tissue is derived from meristematic tissue. Cells have specific function, including dermal, ground, and vascular. So that's why dermal we can say is epidermis. Epidermis always have in the root, in the stem also, for protect the plant. If you find in the stem, it's like I'm not sure, when have flower, thorn, when you find thorn in the stem, or in the sometimes in the leaves of the plants also, is part of the epidermis. But for the ground is commonly in the root, like you have root, and sometimes hair root is from the ground. And vascular tissue, we just have two, xylem and phloem. Xylem for distribution of water from the root until the leaves, until the fruit, but phloem will distribute photosynthesis result from the leaves until all the part of the plant. I think it's easy to understand the part of it, right? So next one, dermal tissue, the plant's outer layer. The first outer layer or dermal, we have epidermis. The main dermal tissue is a single. So in here, so epidermis not just in the stem or in the root, in the leaves also, the part of out layer. A single protective layer of cell covering the entering plant surface regulating has gas exchanges and preventing water loss. So that's why if you find the hair or thorn in the stem, and sometimes you find I'm not sure, yeah, fibers in the leaves with the white, it's the epidermis. Yeah, to covering and to regulating gas exchanges like respiration, like we know, right? In the lips have stomata for changing carbon dioxide with the oxygen result from photosynthesis. So it is placed for that because it's not just in the lips, in the stem also, even in the root also. So it's a preventing water loss, like the kind of plant jati, hard rock tree, when the season is a fall, how to maintain the water in the plants stable, you must fell down the leaves, right? It's the mean for that. And root here, next one we have root here, is a teeny hair-like extension of epidermal cells on root, dramatically increasing surface area for efficient water and mineral absorption from the soil. So when uh the hair no no the root just until the end, we have in here root, a hair root. For what? To absorb patient hair, especially when the plant is decrease of the water or minimals of the water. So yeah, it's will be help. And protective cuticule and bark, we already say it, is like turn. It many system OXC cuticle further reduce water evaporation, with the plain develop bark and more robust protective layer as they ages. Okay, I will next. So the second of the plant tissue is a ground tissue, the bulk of the plant, make up most in the plant body. Function for photosynthesis, storage to shape amylum or carbohydrate, and support like to string the plant. Types 1 is parenchyma, the most abundant tissue involved in photosynthesis, stored food and water, and one healing due to its thin-walled flexible cells. And the second, we have, so that's why it's common we find in the all, even in the leaves, root, and the stem also have this. And the collencium provide flexible to growing part of the plant, such as young stem, leaf, petioles, with an unevenly thickness and cell wall. And the last is Sclerenchyme over aggregate structural support to major plane part. These cells have thick, lignified secondary walls and are often date of maturity. So if you know coconut, actually coconut is not fruit. Coconut is seed, but we say that's fruit. So when your seed more old or dark maturity, you can that it can be like that. Yeah, sorry for illustration. Not really like that. For that, sorry. Next one, vascular tissue. Vascular tissue, the plan of transport system. So that's why in here, you have in the xylem, you have phloem also. In lips also, you have xylem, you have phloem. In the root, you have xylem, you have phloem. Xylem function for water and mineral transport. The tissue is responsible for moving water and dissolved mineral upward from the roots to all part of the plant. It comprises tricyte and vessel element. So for xylem and phloem have different place or pattern in the diacotyl and monocotyl. Phloem function for sugar and nutrient distribution is a result for photosynthesis nutrient as long we can know from uh, earth or ground or soil. Phloem transport sugar produced during photosynthesis in the leaves to other area of the plant where they are needed for growth and storage. It consists sieve tube element and companion cells. Arrangement in a bundle, but the xylem and frond typically found together, forming vascular bundle that run through the plant root stem, ensuring efficient communication. So that's why xylem place in the root or in the stem, it's commonly separate, terpisah, and xylem first, after that phloem. Xylem in the outside, phloem in the inside. So it is the look of the xylem. No, of the root cross section. When you have a practical in the labor, you can what is it? Cut with the very thick, and you can see in the below of the microscope. When you see, you almost or look like that. Yeah, it's the illustration for that to imagine. So key structure. So its part we can say epidermis. Its out layer, including root hair and for absorption. And the second cortex in here, we can say cortex, we can find it in root and in the stem also actually. Cortex store food, so that's why the cortex is really more thick, not thin, because it's for nutrients. And the next one, you have new endodermis. Endodermis, inner boundary to the cortex with the capacity to strip regulation, it's with said capacity, water and solid movement. So it is place for regulation for all anything like water and mineral to come in. And style, we can say in style is vascular cylinder part containing xylem and phloem. So in cylinder, we find xylem and phloem. Differences, monocot and diacot. For root, Monocot vascular bundle rank a ring. So it's the part or illustration for monocot because have a ring. But for diocot, xylem and from distinct like X shape in the center with the phloem located between the arm and the xylem, lacking central pit. So when you see if the loop have a pattern with the X, so that is diocot. For example, like we know, monocot is common. Right. What happened with this? My error? Yeah, wait. Yeah, so like we know, the kind of the monocot is you can see from is easy when you can determine it based on the kind of root. If the root is fibrous, it's diocot. But when the far root is wait like mm, courage, you can find in monocot. So monocot is sample from the banana and then corn also, mostly like grass. mm, Tebu, I forgot. For yogurt like mangoes, it's a part of the nut. It's a kind of the diakat. Next one, if you have practicum cross section of stem is illustration for anatomy. So in the stem also, even monocot and diocot, but different. But for bundle vascular bundle, it's different pattern. They are different. So yeah, mostly the structures seem like that. So like no, we know in the stem also have epidermis for protection layer, sometimes with stomata in Herbacus stem. Woody stem develop be barred, and we can have cortex. Cortex is for beneath the epidermis containing parenchyma for storage and collenchyma for support. And we can have in here vascular bundle for xylem and phloem. And we can have vascular cambium for distribution of phloem of and xylem have a pattern like xylem in the diocot phloem. It's a different, right? And we have pit also central region for parenchyma cell in diocot stem often are scanned in the monocot used for storage. So even have a kapita pitasari yaitu mostly the characteristic or the function is different for monocot for storage, for parenchyma for the fluff of the cambium because they got more bigger, right? And is this is for the comparison. Actually, the smell is not good in here, and yeah, I have waste of food in there, so it's not comfortable. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, myself, everyone. visual comparison, monocot versus diacot cross section. Yeah, it's the correct actually. So monocot like this, like before. So monocot not very correct. Diacot not very, because monocot more thick than diacot more thin, right? So it's a different. So sample question for review. Kapasari strip function. What is the crucial role of the Casparian strip with the root endodermis is the controlling nutrient step. Like we know, endodermis is a develop of epidermis, right? So the answer is what? Yeah, the question is SI. So like we know, endodermis is the function for in mostly in even in monocot and diacot have, because it's this place for regulating water and nutrient. It's a place for the vascular bundle actually. And how about xylem and phloem? Describe the case structural and function difference that distinguish xylem and phloem. Actually, like we know, xylem function for distribute water and mineral, and phloem function for distribute nutrient and amylum or carbohydrate. And how about structure? For xylem is disparate, tersebar, and phloem is the in this place, or we can say outside of xylem, like that. We cannot say gather because yeah, it's a different concept lah. Next one, monocot versus diacot stem. Identify and explain one significant anatomical difference observed in the stem cross-section of monocot and diacot. So for the anatomical, monocot is more thick than diacot, thin, and the cross section is like for monocot, we have like in here we can previous, we have vascular bundle cortex, yeah, cortex. In monocot we said endodermis, but in diacot we said cortex, yeah, for place of vascular bundle. And yeah, monocot anatomy mostly can develop, but for diacot for storage of food. Next one, importance of root hair. Explain why the presence of root hair is critical important of the overall survival and growth of the plant. Okay, actually, like we know, the hair is the protective because hair is part of epidermis. Why? Like we know, if you ever see the rose have root in even in the leaves, so that's why to protect the leaves. And sometimes mostly we can find it in the root because to length observe of water and mineral actually, so it's a good thing. And sometimes also like whortle, carrot, sorry, have the root white root, because for yeah, mostly for nutrients actually, so that's why that's important. So which is tissue responsible for water transport in the plant? So the answer is xylem. If you answer for cortex is wrong because cortex for place vascular bundle is a part of cilium and phloem both, so it's wrong. Okay, cilium transfer water, dissolve mineral, and roll onto leaves. In Diocot stem cross section, vascular bundle are arranged. Okay, the vascular diocot is like ring or random. Actually, the answer is random because it ring for monocot. So it's you can make answer also. Yeah, correct ya. Sorry, sorry everyone. I misconception. So yeah, for ring it's for diocot. Why ring? Do you know the wood? The wood always have cambium, right? The wood always have like this. So that's why it's say for diocot as long wood. But for monocot, it's a random thing or scatter because mostly they're not organized or TD for that. Next, okay, ini in Indonesian ya question. So saya tuh nemu soal di soal apa itu namanya? Soal tes gitu ya. I think it's really hard because as long in the book I'm not found it. Jadi kita disuruh menentukan X ini apa, Y ini apa, Z ini apa. Nah, kayak kita tahu kalau X itu pasti disebutnya epidermis, ya kan? Nah, epidermis. Kalau yang Y ini yang disebut dengan stel itu. Atau kita bilang cortex. Nah, ya, Y. Yang Z itu kita sebut dengan endodermis. Nah, inilah yang disebut dengan phloem. Sedangkan yang di bagian dalam itu adalah xilem. Nah, jadi kenapa kalau misalnya ini kan penampang pada kalau bentuknya ring cincin itu kan berarti apa? Diokot kan. Kenapa? Makanya polanya kalau untuk diokot itu adalah phloem, xilem, phloem. Kembali lagi the pattern. Tapi kalau untuk monokot bisa xilem, bisa phloem, bisa kembali lagi xilem. Oke, let's see. Xilem dan phloem sekunder dibentuk oleh aktivitas kambium vaskular. Pada gambar huruf Y menunjukkan cincin kambium. Nah, ini atau stel kita nyebutnya juga. Sedangkan Z itu adalah phloem primer atau sekunder. Nah, berarti Z ini ya maksudnya, bukan yang si merah ini gitu. Karena kalau ini tuh masih part dari endodermis atau bagian dari epidermis atau bagian dari kambium atau stel gitu. Nah, kalau yang bagian Y ini adalah yang merahnya, berarti itu adalah kam. Oh, Y-nya pas pada ungu ya. Y-nya itu adalah si kambiumnya gitu. Nah, kalau yang merahnya baru si xilem. Karena dari luar ke dalam. Next. Tentukan pernyataan berikut ini benar atau salah. Sayatan tersebut berasal dari jarangan tumbuhan gimnospermae. Menurut kalian ini kalau gimnospermae itu apa sih? Gimnospermae itu yang tidak memiliki putik dan spora atau tidak melakukan perkawinan. Contohnya pada pinus. Terus contohnya juga pada pakis. Kemudian paku ekor kuda like that. Nah, menurut kalian apa? Nah, jaringan di atas saya secara tangan sel berkembang meristem primer sebagai sel yang hidup. Mari kita lihat. Jadi, pernyataan A itu benar. Itu adalah pada sel yang punya, kalau gimnosperma itu silemnya nggak besar. Jadi dia nggak sebesar angios. Kan kalau angios itu contohnya yang tumbuhan monokotil dan dikotil yang berbuah seperti itu. Nah, si panjangnya itu berukuran seragam dan salurannya menyerupai kanal. Jadi dia ini tuh dari sini sama sini tuh sama bentuk size-nya dan space jaraknya pun sama kayak gitu. Terus yang B, jaringan di atas disayat secara tangensial. Apa sih maksudnya tangensial itu? Jadi tangensial itu pola yang seratnya itu tampak memanjang dan melintang. Jadi kayak kita memotong ke bawah yang secara radial. Jadi kita bisa melihat atas dan bawah, bisa melihat keseluruhan permukaan. Nah, jadi itu bukan tangensial tapi radial. Nah, sayatan tangensial itu biasanya seperti sel pendek. Jadi dia putus-putus seperti itu. Sedangkan kalau yang C itu jaringan di atas ini berarti harusnya dibuat gini ya. Sorry ya everyone. A, B, C, ini C. Jaringan di atas berkembang dari mulai sistem primer. Tentu jawabannya adalah iya, benar. Karena apa? Ya, salah. Karena jangan yang ditunjukkan adalah silem sekunder. Actually memang ini agak hard ya. Actually kalau dengan mata kita sih bisa dibilang ini silem primer. Cuman ya begitulah everyone. Soal tuh sulit. Saya merasa soal ini sulit actually. Nah, perlu diingat kalau jaringan ditujukan pada silem sekunder itu merupakan bagian dari kayu pada batang tumbuhan. Karena apa? Karena yang tadi diokot. Karena yang di gimnospermae. Kayak pinus. Dihasilkan oleh aktivitas kami vaskular merisnus bukan oleh karena meristem primer. Nah, karena gimnospermae itu tadi sudah menjadi tumbuhan yang kokoh, ya kayak pinus gitu, dia nggak akan bisa bertambah, akan segitu-segitu terus gitu bentuknya. Berarti dia tuh jatuhnya sudah paten atau sekunder. Kalau primer kan aktif membelah kan, berarti salah dong. Nah, bertanggung jawab pertumbuhan diameter lebar dan batang. Makanya semakin lebar, kalau untuk angios yang diokot, ya semakin lebar akan semakin besar penampangnya seperti itu. Dan jaringan di atas tidak memiliki sel-sel yang masih hidup. Salah, karena silem terdiri dari sel-sel mati seperti trakeit dan pembuluh. Nah, ini tuh sebenarnya part yang detailnya kita tadi nggak ulas sebenarnya. Nah, cuman tetap disinggung. Mungkin kalau ada pembahasan khusus yang ini akan kita coba masukkan gitu ya. Saat matang serta sel-sel hidup seperti parenchyma silem. Sedangkan pada gymnosperm, silem memiliki trakeit yang mati, tetapi juga memiliki parenchyma silem yang hidup. Jadi tidak semua selnya mati, namun ada yang sel hidup. Tapi memang kalau dia udah jadi yang tumbuhan dewasa atau udah pasti atau permanen, memang kadangkala tuh nggak terlihat. Jadi harus dibuktikan langsung pada tanamannya ketika kita ambil di bagian partnya kayak sebagian akar epidermisnya, terus kita lihat di bawah mikroskop seperti itu. Nah, soal yang ketiga, tentukan pernyataan berikut ini benar atau salah. Organ yang ditampilkan di atas memiliki stele, namun tidak menunjukkan adanya pelur. Jadi sebenarnya stele ini kan tadi kita udah tahu ya. Ini tuh bagian kambium. Tapi empelur ini untuk apa? Empelur ini bagian yang endodermis itu tadi untuk menyimpan cadangan makanan. Jadi sejauh ini saya merasa jawabannya memang benar. Karena ini sebenarnya salah karena ini tuh disebut dengan ampelur sebenarnya. Ini yang disebut dengan kambium itu. Nah, ini yang disebut dengan silem, ini yang disebut dengan phloem, ini disebut dengan silem. Tapi mari kita lihat. Organ utama kemudian berasal dari organ tumbuhan singkong. Yang pasti kita tahu singkong itu apa, kalau yang jelas itu monokot atau dikot, itu dulu. Kalau dari gambarnya ini adalah jelas, berarti dia itu kemungkinan adalah monokot. Kalau diokot itu tidak jelas karena yaitu karena dia bertambah terus kambiumnya makin besar, makin lebar, makin lebar. Jadi sudah pasti singkong itu monokot dan kita tahu batangnya tidak punya kayu bukan? Nah, sutradara berasal dari soal organel kayu. Enggak ya, salah. Bagian yang ditunjuk panah merah terdiri atas jaringan yang umumnya berfungsi sebagai penyimpan cadangan panah. Benar. Mari kita lihat jawabannya. Oke, ada stel di silinder pusat di bagian tengah. Nah, ini benar ya. Kemudian stel berisi silem, lubang besar putih, ya kita udah tahu tadi, silem putih biasanya berbentuk bintang yang melingkar. Tidak tampak empelur, jadi nggak ada empelurnya. Jadi yang putih ini adalah sistelnya gitu. Dan akar singkong ini termasuk dikotil dan memang jaringan parenkim akarnya bisa menyerap cadangan makanan. Panah merah menunjukkan bagian tengah sel tempat silem primer. Nah, tadi saya bilangnya nggak ini ya, nggak salah ya. Saya bilangnya monokotil ya. Berarti kita ingat lagi kalau monokotil kan tuh berini ya. Saya sih mengingatnya pasti tidak berkayu gitu, tidak berkayu. Monokotil itu dia basah cenderungnya, makanya golongan rumput, padi, korn. Nah, saya baru ingat, walaupun dia dikotil, kan konsep saya tuh kan kalau dikotil itu untuk memahami gitu ya. Dikotil itu kan berkayu yang setiap tahun itunya makin lebar kan. Yang kita tahu singkong itu batangnya tidak melebar, jadi kayak gitu terus bukan. Nah, makanya ini sih, ini juga mungkin pengecualian khusus yang harus kita ingat sebenarnya. Jadi kadangkala, tapi saya baru ingat waktu panen jagung ya, singkong gitu. Di kebun memang kalau di kotil itu kan akarnya eh, tunggang terus ke bawah. Nah itu juga. Jadi selain itu makanya kita harus ingat juga karakteristiknya secara umum kalau karena ini kan biasanya untuk olimpiade nggak mungkin sih soal-soal. Tapi kalau sekolahnya ada praktikum pasti ada soal kayak gini. Cuman maksudnya jarang sih. Saya yakin waktu saya SMA juga jarang. Tapi kita praktikum tapi ujiannya nggak pakai ini deh kayaknya. Cuman karena soalnya mix ya ada yang PG ada yang esai jadi saya nggak begitu ingat sih. Tapi mungkin tes ketoknya mungkin deh. Nah, itu kita harus ingat tuh bagian akarnya tuh jenisnya cara bedainnya gitu, akarnya tunggang atau serabut. Karena kalau sebenarnya ada lagi, nanti tuh dia menjari, menyirip. Nah, yang kita tahu singkong itu kan menjari ya, setahu saya daunnya. Jadi kalau daunnya menjari itu masuknya itu ke dikotil gitu. Tapi kalau daunnya menyirip itu masuknya monokotil. Makanya kayak kamu tahu jagung kan dia seperti ini kan, lengkungan seperti ini. Nah, itulah artinya gitu. Nah, perjalanan. Benar, karena stel namun tidak berpelur tengah yang menjadi ciri akar di kotil. Dia ciri pelurnya di tengah kan. B juga benar tadi ya ngomongnya. Eh, Berasal dari organ tumbuhan di kotil salah satunya singkong. Nah, ini yang saya miss ya. Saya mikirnya monokotil karena ya kambiumnya nggak sebesar pohon berkayu gitu. Yang C ini salah karena strukturnya dari akar muda belum berkayu. Makanya bisa kelihatan jelas kalau misalnya udah berkayu akan berkembang dan itu akan susah ya untuk melihat silem dan floemnya itu maksudnya bukan hanya di satu titik ini aja tapi ada di sini juga kayak gitu di sini. Nah itu berarti ini masih muda. eh Ya ketika meristem berarti masih yang hijau gitu belum yang coklat batangnya. Makanya tadi saya missnya di situ deh. Saya ingatnya tuh batangnya tuh masih hijau gitu tapi enggak sih. Nah, pernyataan D salah karena menunjukkan silem primer yang berfungsi mengangkut air dan mineral, bukan jaringan penyimpan cadangan makanan. Penyimpan cadangan makanan itu biasanya pada korteks dan parenkim di scaling stem. Oke, summary and takeaway. Remember, yeah, I know I have for this presentation actually I have more misconception or I wrong say it because actually I'm not prepared too much for that and the purpose I'm making presentation is not for uh what is it to prove or Yeah, but it is warning to me when I serve information. I must really prepare for that because yeah, actually I'm a little bit unsure for that because yeah, the material is really abstract, but I must give that because have connected with the past material about characteristic that's why I'm making this. But yeah, I know when I'm explain it's not too much, not good. So sometimes wrong and have mistaken. Sorry for that. Um, yeah, I just wanna develop my English, but I must making point for this because I must say it. I have point without good, correct, without wrong. So that's why when I'm wrong, my my PowerPoint to prove or clarify for that. Sorry. Summary and key keywords. Integrate system. Plant tissue are highly organized, working in concern and to provide protection, structural support, and efficient transport throughout the organism. Structural explain function. A deep understanding of tissue structure is fundamental to comprehending the diverse physiological function performed by plant. That's why when you learn about this, please more check in many search. I'm making this material just to search, and I'm not prepared as a professional, as a teacher or as a lecturer because I just making it for develop my English and I have point to say it. So to speak it. So please more check, yeah. I must what is it? Reminder if people watch this until the end, but I'm not sure actually. Monocot diacot distinction. Significant anatomical differences exist in the root and the seams cross-sectional between monocot and diacot plants, serving a key identification marker. So that's why you must double check and proof check with the microscope. Mastering anatomy. Regular practice in editing disease tissue under a microscope is essential for mastering plant anatomy and appreciating its complexity. So, yeah, I already have caution and notice also. And the last point, thank you for attention. And please remember, plant tissue have special structure and function. Root and stem cross-section help identify tissue agreement. Understanding tissue is essential for plant biology as a material. But actually, when you learn more specifically, when you learn about plant tissue, especially, is to make you understand what you have around you, especially when you're alive. You not just live by alone, you have mother, you have father in one house, so it's a part of the plan also, and it is part of the house. You have brother, you have many stuff, you have anything, and there's also in the plan have the plan tissue, and the plan tissue organize or explain and tell in the detail part of that. So that's all for today and see you next one. Bye bye. How to pause.